This is Twit.
Hey, Leo.
Hey, Joshua.
It's been a while since I listened to you, but I had a problem and just like figured that you were on the air about now.
Only listen when you have a problem. Don't listen any other time.
No. I listen to your podcast when I'm mowing lawn.
I'm teasing
I'm
you.
shipping out for the Air Force soon, so...
Hey, thank you for your service and congratulations. That's great. What can I do for you?
Here's my problem. My dad is... So I'm 20 years old. I'm still on my dad's cell phone contract.
Yeah.
And he's very anti-tech. Like, I have this really dumb basic phone. So I like to run and just do stuff and take pictures. So I have an iPod Touch. But that is just... the screen's half dead, and it's just...
It's time for you to get off Dad's account, get on your own account, and get your own smartphone. How about that?
Well, here's the problem. I'm on his account for like another year, and I just...
Well, if Dad's willing to pay, you buy the phone, let Dad pay for the account.
He won't let me get a smartphone, though, so...
Oh, well, I oughta...
I know. My internet runs at 1.2 megabits per second, so...
Oh, all right.
It's really slow.
Yeah. So you live with a Luddite, but good news: the Air Force is very techy, so you'll get much better internet. You know what you might want to get is a tablet at this point. You can get them very inexpensively. My recommendation.
I do have a tablet.
Oh, all right.
Note 8.
Say again.
And that worked well. I have a Galaxy Note 8.
Okay, that's a good tablet.
Except that's huge. And what I was wondering, is there like a cheap smartphone? Because I was looking at the new iPod Touches, and it's $300, and that was a little bit of a sticker.
Oh, there's some excellent, inexpensive smartphones that are really great. So Dad's not against the idea of paying for the data plan. He just doesn't...
he is. So that's what I was wondering. Is there one I can get like just without the data plan? So I have the camera, the GPS for running, and then just all the music and stuff and the apps available?
You could get any smartphone and not get a phone account on it, and it will be that. It won't have a data plan, but it won't have phone calls either.
That's fine with me, so I got my dumb phone for that.
Yeah. So what you're going to want to do is get an unlock. It basically is just like buying a tablet or an iPod Touch. The phone's in there, but you're not going to put a SIM card in it. You're not going to use it. You're just going to use it with Wi-Fi. That's right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, that's correct.
Almost anything will do. There are a lot of great choices. What's your budget?
Well, the iPod Touch I was looking at is $300, so anything under that would be great.
You don't want to buy an iPod Touch?
It's $300. That's just it's a little too much, because the contract's up in a year, so I'll probably be getting my own smartphone then and paying for it myself. So that's why I want some like cheaper that I can use for a year or so, and then
the problem when you look at prices, and people in the chat room are saying things like, "Well, the Moto X is only $50 now at Best Buy." But when you see those prices, those are what we call subsidized prices. They require 2-year contracts. That's what you don't want. So what you're going to be getting is an unsubsidized or unlocked phone. And you're probably not going to get it from a phone store. You could go to somewhere like Best Buy, electronics store, and explain that that's what you want. Mr. Mike says that's without a 2-year contract. I'll tell you what, if they have the Moto X for $50 without a contract, or the Moto G, that would be a very good choice. The Moto G without contract, I think, is around $150. These are Android devices, much like your Galaxy. It's a small screen. It's 4.7 inches. But it's a great device. It's a full Android device. They do a lot of very cool things. The key is to, look for those little wiggle words that say with 2-year activation, that kind of thing, because you don't want that.
Okay.
A number of companies offer these. Sometimes they call them unlocked or unsubsidized phones. And the way it'll work is you'll be able to use it for now without getting a phone account. And even better, in 2 years when you can get your own, you could just put a SIM card in it, and it will be your phone, and you won't have to do anything fresh or new or different.
That's what I was going to ask. Could I just pop a card into it and make it my phone?
Yeah, you'll want to get one that is a GSM that works with either T-Mobile or AT&T. I think if you go to any, probably if you go to any phone store, you can say, I want that. The Moto G is probably the one I would get. That is Motorola's low-price version of the Moto X. I think unlocked $150, unsubsidized $150, and that's every bit as good as your iPod Touch and a lot more modern.
All right. So I could just pop a SIM card into it, and then it'll become my phone. So then, actually, that raises another question: is there a Samsung one? Because then I might just get a more expensive one and just wait it out.
Sure. There are many Samsung phones. I mean, $300 is the problem.
Well, 400, 500?
Yeah, if you're willing to spend more money, you could get a Samsung Galaxy S3, the older one, or Galaxy S4. They're selling the S5 now, and I bet you those would be less expensive as well. If you are interested, you want to stick with Android?
Yes, I do. Yeah. I don't really like Apple, and I love the Samsung, or with the UI that they have, the TouchWiz.
All right, yeah. If you love Samsung, yeah, absolutely. Visit a Best Buy, a Target, and say, I want to get an unsubsidized Samsung, and shop around that way. You'll have some good choices. I think there are actually some very good choices. You might, somebody in the chat room saying, and I agree with this, go to play.google.com, the Google store, and you can buy a unsubsidized, unlocked Nexus 5 phone. That's a fabulous phone. I wonder what they're charging for the Nexus 5. I think it's more like $350. But that's not completely out of your ballpark. But if you want Samsung, you just shop around. You can get those. And the older ones, the S3 and the S4, because they're not in demand, will be a lot less expensive. Good luck in the Air Force, Joshua. Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. And stay in touch.